tensions behind the scenes. Saw the club decide a change was needed. For more on this, we're joined by the founder of Chelsea Fan TV, Alex Harris. Good morning, Al.
Morning, Alex.
I wouldn't call it a good morning, but hi.
Oh,
You're not happy?
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It gets worse every year, boys. It gets worse every year. I came on here 10 months ago. I said, this ownership are killing us. And they've done it. We're dead.
Well, I mean, he's left you in a... Look, Maresca's left.
We're not Chelsea anymore. We are
I know, but you're a
CFC
different-
London.
You're a different Chelsea, though. You're not Roman Abramovich Chelsea, but you're a different Chelsea.
We're pathetic. I can't... You don't understand. We have the worst owners in world football. They're worse than the Glazers. They're worse than the Glazers.
Come on, mate.
The demise of Man United took 15, 20 years. They've done it in less than 5. They've killed us. They've killed us. A manager has been sacked because he doesn't have control of rotation. He doesn't have control of his own substitutions. He's not allowed any say in the transfer market. He's got nothing. He's got no... I salute Maresca for walking out. Apparently he's waived off severance as well. He's been happy to leave Chelsea without even getting paid. Do you know how bad your club needs to be for a manager to walk out the door and not even ask for a full severance package? Mourinho always got paid. Tuchel got paid. They all got paid. Why has Maresca just walked out the door? There is big problems at Chelsea. We are red flag FC. We are balance the book FC. We are accountancy FC. We are private equity FC. I'm just so finished. And of course, there's already a protest organised, 17th of January, 1 o'clock before Brentford. You got to come out, guys, because this is just ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an elite football club being dragged through the depths. I mean, you talk about in the mud. What's below that? That's how I feel right now. I was trying to celebrate New Year. I'm getting notification. This must be a joke. And then I wake up on New Year's Day. It's been sacked. We are not a serious football club. And not to mention that, Blucher, they're also going to sabotage Strasbourg season. Because Liam Rosnier, he's the man that's going to solve our problems. Liam Rosnier, the man who before he managed Strasbourg was at Hull and Brighton. Of course he was at Brighton. This is criminal. This is the worst decision I think I've ever seen. This is worse than when Tuchel got sacked in many ways, because at least Maresca understood the project. He knew what he was signing up for, but it turns out it was even worse than that.
well, when they first took over and we tried to work out, they spent £1 billion. They give the manager a load of players, and we were questioning, how can you give a footballer an 8-year contract? Football's been going for hundreds of years. There's obvious reasons why you don't give someone an 8-year contract, because you get in your armchair and that's you done for 8 years. If things go against you, you just go, right, I'm not going anywhere. You ain't getting rid of me. I got 7 years left. Look at Mudryk. Now, I understand that financial fair play, they've given long contracts to spread to try and get round the rules. But when you give him players 7 or 8 year contracts, it just breeds complacency. You just sit in. Some players will fight and try and get back in the team, but most of them will go, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run my contract down. I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to play. And my value that you paid for me is going to be 0. There's one thing I didn't agree with, but you're right. You're trying to say there's worse owners who give you no money.
Well, yeah, look, what I would say, Al, is I hear you. Like, I hear you. They're not in a good place at the minute, Chelsea, with what's going on, but it is a brilliant football club. You're 5th in the table. There have been some positives this season. It's been the December was a disaster for you guys. I get that. But your performances against Barcelona are good. Against Arsenal, you got some top players in Casado, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Esteval. I know you're digging out the ball, but there could be some bright lights at the end of it. No,
any light is gone. That it's gone. We have shown our true colours, guys. Remember when Egbali came in, he said that Chelsea wasn't well managed on the football side. We weren't data driven enough. He was criticising what Abramovich did. Apparently, we sacked too many managers. We've sacked 5. Surprise, surprise. Like, there's no trust the process anymore. There is no trust the process. As other fans have said before me, it's now a case of trust the process. Honestly, I do not I do not understand how you can look at this club right now and the way we're being run at the moment and see any light at the end of the tunnel. Because do you see us striving more than a club like Aston Villa? No, I don't see us. I don't. At least Jim Radcliffe is a Man United
You won the Club
fan.
World Cup. All right, let's not get away from that. You won the Club World Cup.
Despite self-sabotage, we were able to have some success, which is more credit to Maresca, who I didn't like last season. He showed that actually, you know what, even working with owners, they don't want to invest in ready-made players. They don't give you a centre-back. They don't give you a competent goalkeeper. They don't give you an experienced striker. You don't have a proper left winger, and you're still able to win 2 trophies. That just proves it's baffling, this decision. It's absolutely baffling. And then we've got Juventus. We've got Man City knocking on Maresca's door. This is the biggest compliment you could ever ask for. It was brilliant. It was like, you know what, Chelsea? I don't have a problem with this model if we are able to actually stick to our guns and show some backbone. We can't even last 2 years with a manager. How are we going to compete for silverware? You look at Arsenal, you can criticise Arteta, you can criticise everything. They stuck by him, they supported him, and that is a footballing project, whatever you want to call it. And we are no longer a footballing project. Ed Barley, remember, when he took over Chelsea, he said he was inspired by the Brighton model. And that inspiration is shining through because we're turning into the London version of Brighton, honestly. We're going to continue to see wages being cut. We're going to continue to see young players that are unproven signed, like you said, on those 7-8 year contracts. You say that players are in the armchair. It's more like they're stuck behind prison bars because I don't think Cole Palmer is going to want to be a part of this project. Moises Caicedo has not signed an extension. And we know that actually when you look at this model, Todd Bowley said it himself, if there's a player that's got 2-3 years left on his contract, that's when they're looking to sell because they want them to extend before that. So in the next couple of years, if you don't get an extension from a Caicedo, other players, then you'll see them getting sold as well because Chelsea are not going to lose players for free. But I think today the main message needs to be that the fan base has been lost on this project. I don't support it. I don't understand it. And to be quite honest with you, I feel physically sick. And that's not because I was hungover from New Year. It's because of the decision.
Alex, Alex, clear it up for us. So what is this strategy? The owners.
The strategy is build a club up in value without winning trophies by lowering the wages. So Brighton's
you won 2 trophies,
famously said that he liked the fact that Brighton's model meant they'd spent 10% of their revenue on wages. Now, you compare that to a side like Aston Villa. They're spending as much as they can on wages. That's the first thing. The second thing is you only sign young players because they retain their value or they can go up in value, okay? So it's less risky. You can see Delap, you see Garnacho, you could probably get your money back if you wanted to. Whereas if we signed Ollie Watkins, which a lot of fans want, in 3 years, he loses his value. So that's another part of it. But the main thing is we're now a selling club. There's been reports coming out that Clear Lake don't care if we win the Carabao Cup. I'm hardly surprised. They're not going to make any money from that. And ultimately, they're just going to continue to cut costs and raise season ticket prices. And you know, the crazy thing is we're run by private equity. Their sole concern is money. And we don't even have a front of shirt sponsor. How many football clubs at this level have no front of shirt sponsorship when you are run by private equity? The whole goal of private equity is to go into a business, make it more profitable, and then sell it for a profit. You've missed out on almost £100 million of front of shirt sponsor cash. It's ridiculous. So we can't even manage the football side, and the business side is pathetic as well. Like I can't. I'm lost for words, boys. I'm lost for words.
I feel like you are, Alex. Just lastly, the manager. You are going to need a manager. Liam Rossigna is looking like a bit of a front runner. What do you make of
that? You know, honestly, Liam, if you're listening to this, don't accept. Please turn us down. Because this is just a joke. You won't get any support at Chelsea from the fan base. You won't get support from the board. The players won't respect you. Why would they? Ultimately, it's just a lose-lose. Stay at Strasbourg. You're having a good time out there. nice food in France. Like, just stay away from Chelsea. Honestly, we're not going to get a top manager, Oliver Glasner. Who's honestly thinking Oliver Glasner is going to take this job? He is going to turn us down straight away. The Porto manager's come out and said he's committed to Porto. Like, we've killed any opportunity of having a genuinely competent manager. All you had to do was back Maresca, and then God forbid the results changed in a few years, whatever. Like, at least they could say he was given a bit of time. He hasn't even had that. You gave him a 5-year contract. You gave Potter a 5-year contract. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, I mean, my message is, honestly, I've given up.
All right. For what it's worth, Alex, up till yesterday, before they sacked him, I thought the club was going in the right direction after watching the Aston Villa game.
Well, you're correct. You're correct. That's the strange thing. We were going in a good direction, and then you shoot yourself in the foot. It's like you're having a race, and then you just decide to stop. Yeah, 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place, no problem. Why are we doing this? It's clear, because we don't have enough ambition. We're not looking at where we need to be right now. All we care about is 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line. What about now, guys? I mean, there's only so much of this we can take. 4 years, and I'm just sick of it.
Well, Alex, happy New Year, Alex.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, boys.